Welcome to our program. My name is Brownett, and I'm a licensed general building contractor in the state of California and possess multiple certifications as a professional building inspector. The purpose of this video is to provide the prospective home buyer with a basic understanding of the major systems found in most houses and how to evaluate the general condition of these systems before you purchase the property. This knowledge could save you thousands of dollars in unexpected repairs after you've bought the property, or it could prevent you from making a bad investment in the first place. If you know what to look for, you will be able to quickly bypass properties that are in poor condition before you even make an offer on the property. Let's get started. In this first section, we are going to show how to perform a basic evaluation of the plumbing system. We will show you where to look for water damage, especially if your house is on a raised foundation, how to determine if your main line has been replaced and what types of materials to look for. We will show how to test static water pressure of the house and explain what the normal range of water pressure is. And we will discuss the basic code requirements for the safe installation and operation of water heaters. And finally, we will discuss the issue of galvanized plumbing as it relates to older homes. We found the water meter, we've removed the cover, and now we're trying to determine what we have here as far as a main line. This house being built in the 40s probably originally had a galvanized or even a lead main line, so it's very crucial to determine if they've had an upgrade or not, because if they haven't, there's a very good chance that the prospective buyer is going to need a new line here. So what we do, we found the main shutoff here, so I know that the main line's close by somewhere. And as you can see, there's a nice white 1-inch PVC plastic line down under here. So we know that this has had a new main line put in. The old line's gone, and so at least the plumbing from here to the house we shouldn't have to worry about. You never know, there may be a leak or some kind of blockage in it, but at least you know you've got a new line and you're in pretty good shape as far as that goes. So once I see that and we know we've got a new main, I can relax, and now there's probably a good chance that in the house they've had an upgrade, switch from the galvanized to copper. Okay, now we've located where the main line comes into the house. We were looking at the meter on the street, and we traced the main line here to the garage, and from the PVC plastic that we saw at the street, somewhere down here underground, they made the transition to copper. Now we have a 1-inch copper that's coming into the house, and we've got another shutoff valve here that shuts off all the water to the house right here, and we have a pressure regulator. This bell-shaped device is a pressure regulator. You can raise or lower the water pressure, the static water pressure of the house, depending on what it is, and we're going to test the static water pressure here in a minute. Typically there would be a hose bib here. A lot of times this main line here is on the exterior of the house. You got a hose bib and you can check the water pressure right there. This one we can't do that, but I wanted to point that out to you. When you see this, obviously it's new, you can tell it's copper. You got the main shutoff and pressure regulator, and so these are the key things to look at. You know, you've got a 1-inch service coming into the house. House this size, about 2,500 square feet, 1 inch is fine, it's perfect. So now we're going to go to the exterior, we're going to find a hose bib, check the static water pressure, and see what sort of pressure we have coming in from the city. Okay, we're just on the other side of the main line here on the exterior of the garage. The main line's right here. This is the closest hose bib. And we've got an anti-siphon valve on here, which new construction usually have, so you don't get, if you hook up a hose and you have stagnant water in the hose, you don't want that water going back into your drinking supply. So this is a nice feature to have. The code requires it in most areas, so you don't get, it's a backflow preventer. So what we'll do is we'll bleed off a little bit of water to get rid of any thermal expansion in the pipes, which may give us a false reading. And then I had to put an extender on my pressure gauge, because if you don't, this little backflow preventer thing will keep us from getting an accurate pressure reading. So we hook it up right here onto the hose bib, get it on.